I don't think we want to waste Roaring Torch on it though, but you can just ping to set it up to die. Better than pinging face, right? Sets up an onboard trade if he wants to play a 5-drop. Where are my blizzards? Oh, that's cool. 5 damage arcane missiles. 22 damage in hand. Alright. I don't want to die to just burn spells, but this freeze feels weak. Thought about maybe Arcane Intellecting that turn, not pinging and going for the freeze that turn. And then if we can get freeze Ice Block, we win, right? So it doesn't matter to ping on the guy that much, but this gives us more options moving forward. But yeah, Arcane Intellect Frost Nova was the other play I was thinking about. Well, we got 28 damage. We're really good at drawing damage, that's for sure. Blizzard, both one turn too late. Turn late, mana short, man. Story of my life. It's okay. We'll ping that, because we're looking at Alexstrasza anyway, so setting that guy to die seems pretty good. Hopefully he doesn't find some burn spells with triple spell power up, because that's scary. But we got Blizzard into potentially Ice Block into Alex and win the game. And we're dead. There's no way he doesn't kill me here. Yeah. Finds his second Arcane Intellect to draw. Finds his one Roaring Torch off his Forgotten Torch. That matchup can't be good for Freeze Mage. You just can't afford to, like, remove every single minion. Yeah. Maybe we need more defensive options and less draw. Well, we gotta just stop drawing double Fireball in our hand every game. We could look at maybe trying to put in another Ice Barrier. Be a little bit more defensive. Get rid of one of these Loot Hoarders. Put in second Barrier. Super defensive. But also look at removing a Torch for a Barrier. We haven't been playing very many matchups where we need to have that much damage, you know? Warlock is good for us. We played this guy earlier and was able to take a win off of him when he was at 15 Legend. Looks like we knocked him all the way back to somewhere really low, and we're going to continue just knocking him a little bit lower. Keeps one card. When my opponent's going first, I don't mind Frostbolt. I also don't mind Doomsayer. Doomsayer is pretty good against Zulok, especially if you connect Frost Nova with it. And we have that going in for turn 5, so as long as we're patient, we should be able to get that off. And we have Frostbolt. If we missed it, like having Frostbolt to kill a Flame Imp or something, or a Knife Juggler is pretty good. Not having anything to kill a Knife Juggler or a Flame Imp just accumulates so much damage so fast without having bad scientists to contest or trade into him. Alright. Just gonna ping face. We're putting a lot of faith in the Frost Nova Doom at this point, but it's usually pretty safe to put your faith in Frost Nova Doom against Zulok. Crazed Alchemist is mainly faded out, so putting your faith in the Doom, it's like the opposite of putting your faith in the light, but it's still pretty good. Defensive tech paying off. Gaining 8 life here is pretty sweet. Opponent tapping. Taking the slow approach. I'm not too slow. Direwolf Alpha is pretty hot, pressure-wise. Well, Frost Nova Doom comes out now. Then we can play Novice and Acolyte of Pain on an empty board. Have board advantage against Zulok. That's gonna be pretty dirty. If he has Leroy here, he can kill my Doomsayer. I get 2 whelps though. But no Crazed Alchemist, please. Please, no Crazed Alchemist. Alright. Yeah, I just want to get my minions out there. Get that tempo. Board advantage. Against Zoo. Seems good, man. Mortal Coil. Well, that explains why his early curve was so clunky and why he's been having to tap so much. Interesting card choice. Oh, man. Boar Abusive. Well, at least he's sending 5 damage into my Acolyte of Pain. Can't be too unhappy about that. How much do I want to panic and kill this Bran? It's probably fine. If I draw 2 here, we have 3, 6, 7 cards in our hand. So if we play this, we go up to 8 cards, and then we can play Acolyte of Pain. We go back down to 7, and there's an Acolyte. So even if it draws 3, I guess we're kind of sketchy, but we'll be okay. We already have Alex, right? What's the worst that could happen? I don't think he's gonna overdraw us. Just need to find Ice Block and we're good to go, right? So how do I want to freeze this board? We have options with Cone of Cold, freezing the most powerful minions, only leaving 3 pressure up. We have options with Blizzard, freezing everything. The awkward thing about Cone of Cold is, what else do I spend my mana on if I'm going for the Cone of Cold play? I don't want to cycle a Torch in my deck because I want to be finding Ice Block. If I Arcane Intellect in Cone of Cold, then I may be overdrawing. I think it's better than going for the Blizzard this turn still. I have the important cards anyway, except for Ice Block. As long as it doesn't overdraw Ice Block, we're going to risk overdrawing again. Last time it didn't work out, but this time for sure. I just don't want to waste one of my crucial freezes on that board. He has to waste a lot of damage if he wants to overdraw me too. He only overdraws me for 1, and we get to draw 2. So it's similar as if the card were to be at the bottom of my deck anyway, and it's totally fine. Oh, maybe you can use Juggler to overdraw me without, Uh-oh. Now you could overdraw me 2, potentially, if the Juggle hits. It does hit. You should probably overdraw me for 2, then. If he gets both Ice Blocks, I guess that's pretty bad for us. We got Blizzard into Emperor Frost Nova, though. And 1 Ice Block. It's not a big deal. The important thing is we were able to cycle our deck more efficiently. Avoid taking damage. Acolyte of Pain suckered him into overdrawing me, and he wasted 3 face damage. And then we Emperor Frost Nova win the game. Yeah. Most of the time, overdrawing's not too bad. Emperor Frost Nova, we probably just have enough burn to do 21. We give 3, 6, 9, plus 8, 17. And then another 6, 23. How much mana does all that cost? 3, 6, 7, 8, 12, 13, 14. After Emperor, we can play all of it. So as long as we don't die here from 19 out of hand, we're good to go. So the overdrawing was irrelevant. It's more important just to have our hand size bigger for the Emperor discount, and totally fine. It was unfortunate that he was able to overdraw me for 2. I was only expecting 1, but again, it doesn't matter. It just matters that my hand size is big enough to get a solid Emperor off, and finding 2 additional cards this way. Otherwise, I don't play the Acolyte of Pain. I don't find 2 additional cards at all, and then that's worse for me than having 2 random cards destroyed from my deck if I don't find 2 cards in the first place. So, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8 to do 23. 24 with the ping. Alright, if we counted right, 3, 6, 9, 15, 19, 23, 24. So, short of a Lotheb, we got him. Just keep beating the same guy over and over again and losing to everybody else. Just ruining DJJ's legend rank. That's what we're doing today. He's probably pretty upset. It's never happy when you lose to someone that's ranked 600 while you're in the top 50. Considering there's only about 600 legends right now, he's probably just tilting out of his mind. And we can see there by the concede, without me even showing it, he's probably pretty tilted. It's really upsetting, because I'm definitely at about last rank. The other day I was playing like troll decks and just losing a lot. I was playing OTK Mana Addict Conceal Rogue, things like that. Stuff that works 25% of the time, but when it works, it's really funny. So I had about 25% win rate the other day doing that, and yeah, single-handedly dropping this guy from top 10 to this. Unfortunate for him. Alright. Sometimes you can keep Forgotten Torch. It's better on coin than off coin, though, because you can coin it to kill their Knife Juggler. Freezes, heal, some amount of removal. Not a bad little hand. Wow, he has a bad opening. Doesn't matter what our hand is when he opens like that. I think we could just ping that and take it slow. We can find room to squeeze in the Loot Hoarder later on. We got Barrier next turn into ping Loot Hoarder. If there's another ping target, it just works out exceptionally well. And if there's not, we have the Frostbolt to complement with the Loot Hoarder on turn 4 to remove something. That's the one scary guy that our deck doesn't like. So instead of barriering, I really want to just play off curve and play Loot Hoarder here to try and contest it. Problem is, if he has a Voidwalker, it blows us out. But we know this card, and this card are not Voidwalker, because he would have played that turn 1 over Abusive Sergeant. So that leaves this card and the one he top decks to potentially be Voidwalker and totally screw us in our trade to try and kill this. Also, we are just pretty mana inefficient going that route, so those are some considerations. Even still, Councilman gets out of control so fast. I think it might be worth it to set up to just try and kill it, and sometimes the ping will be able to get value anyway, so hopefully that's the case. And we can trade here, ping something. Alright. He trades with us? That's probably just not correct. Well, we got Frostbolt Doomsayer. Absolutely disgusting. Fills out our curve, which is pretty good. It doesn't line up Frost Nova Doomsayer, but that's okay. We have the freeze later on. It can just freeze the board state and stop everything. And this makes it so you just can't develop anything onto the board. It's really hard. He needs Direwolf Alpha Power Overwhelming, and if he does that, the Imp Gang boss dies, and it's not very clean, and we can just Forgotten Torch off the Direwolf Alpha. Sets us up just in a great spot to win. So, now we have time, and more time. So, it's what Freeze Mage wants in the matchup, is just time. We have 3 freezes. Just need to hit some draw. Above 30 health right now. Ritual. I don't think that's worth blizzarding. Blizzarding would play around a Gormok. We could Kona Cold just to kill him. Prevent Sea Giant from coming down and things of that nature. Wait for draw that way and play around Gormok. Or we could save Kona Cold to be a freeze, but we already have so many freezes, I don't actually mind just clearing some minions here. I don't know. It's pretty sketchy. Cormont and Sea Giant are annoying, I guess. They're gonna come out a turn later now, so it's kind of the same thing as freezing. Maybe playing it a bit too safe and a bit too control-y, you know? You can fall into that trap sometimes, and I definitely might be doing it. But for now, we can just use Torch, make it so he's only got 6 damage on the board. It's not too bad for us. He's only able to push 1 with Defender of Argus. We have 6-9 damage in our hand, so not great. Develop the block. Got freezes to stall forever. Still haven't hit any draw besides the 1 loot order, so awaiting that. Either a draw or Pyroblast, you know. There's that Sea Giant we talked about. We figured he had that bad boy. Now we kind of have to freeze a lot because Sea Giant's got a lot of health. Oh, we finally found card draw. Alright, let's see what that can get us. And then maybe Frost Nova. We can get a Doomsayer. Another barrier is not too bad. I want to get this Thalanos in play. Oftentimes you can use it in this matchup for a little bit of damage, but I really just want to get it cycling. And my hand's not got much going for it. Maybe next turn it combos with Blizzard and clears some things. It's pretty likely to stick around, right? He had opportunities to play Juggler in the past and hasn't done it, so probably would have played it with his Forbidden Ritual, so we can assume it's not these, and then we can assume it's not this one, because Juggler seemed pretty good last turn. What do you got, Coach? He's got Flame Juggler off the top. Misses the Snipe, though. Into the Dark Peddler. Probably hits the Coil. He does run Coil in his deck. We saw that earlier, huh? Could have been some concern for us. How dedicated are we to cycling this turn? I think we just want a Blizzard and maybe trade in the Thalanos and play a barrier. Deny his 1/1. We could kill this first. He's got no pressure left. Take this trade, develop Novice Engineer. If we draw his whole deck and remove everything, he's not going to win. So that's the game plan I'm going with. It's a little bit safer than any of the other lines we had of leaving things up and hoping on freezes and such like that. It's like, how do we lose if he just never has anything? 6, 12. Alright, he's dead. We have an ice block up, right? So aside from Eater of Secrets, it's going to be pretty tough for him to kill us. We'll put this up for good measure. Okay. Yeah. That guy was at 15 when we started playing him. Now he's probably closer to our rank. So that's pretty cool. See if we can maybe get him again. Win trading confirmed. Rogue's a great matchup for us, especially now that we've added in the second ice barrier. Without the flame strike, it's a little bit trickier, but having 2 barriers definitely has a pretty good help. Still not something you want in the early game. I think Acolyte of Pain's fine enough against Rogue. Sometimes it's a bit too slow in a lot of matchups, but just guaranteeing you have card draw for Rogue usually ends up being a win. This matchup's even better for us than Zoo most of the time. So I'm quite comfortable with it. So we'll hold Acolyte of Pain. Try and play that just on turn 3, even just to get 1 draw. He keeps 3 of his cards, so we're going to be facing down a really big Edwin really fast, and that is one of the ways the Rogue sneaks a win. If they're fortunate enough to have a good Edwin canned in the coin, you know. Let's try and cycle this Thalanos. Sometimes you save it against Rogue just to have the burst combos, but I really want to just cycle towards freezes for this Edwin, or a Fireball maybe, so I just forgotten Torch Fireball it, things like that. Here comes Coin Backstab, thing Edwin. Ah, just Coin SI, huh? Maybe he doesn't have an Edwin hand. I'm curious as to what the 3 cards he kept are then. It's very intriguing. So Torch on the Coin SI seems okay. We have a lot of draw. Pretty nice. It's not one of the cards he kept, so I'm still afraid of Edwin hands. Alright, might as well Arcane Intellect. We can Acolyte Ping later. I did say we were just going to play it for 1 card draw, but when you got the ability to save it for 2, might as well. We have other options. We kept Tomb Pillager. It's a pretty good card in the matchup. Alright, what do we want to do? I kind of like just Forgotten Torch, but then we can't develop anything with it. We could go maybe Arcane Intellect and Frostbolt's a bit cleaner, or Acolyte of Pain Frostbolt also. Because if he wants to trade my Acolyte into the Acolyte of Pain now, he has to give away 5 damage, which is pretty good for us, but then it impedes our ability to go Conical Doomsayer. 3, 6, 7, 8 cards in our hand. Yeah, I think we'll just Arcane Intellect Frostbolt. Wow, we have a lot of damage now. 15 damage. It's a lot safer to wait for Alex than it is to try and just burn them out, though. Because I'd have to neglect his board to be able to burn them out. Huh. I guess he Shadow Steps his Leroy here. Yeah. Well, that's scary. I guess we're gonna Forgotten Torch trade Iceblock. Seems better. He didn't develop any minions, which is the great news about this play. So if we theoretically just keep removing things, we can look to try and outlast his damage. Hopefully he doesn't have Gadget Coin Conceal. Dreams can come true. Dagger Pass. Joy? Joy, joy, joy. Nope, here comes another Tomb Pillager. Nope, he puts it down. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's an Earthen Ring Farseer. He wants to save it for the heal. Alright, 3, 6, 7, 8 cards in our hand. So if we Acolyte Ping, we remain at 8 cards, and we could potentially get overdrawn unless we throw something out there. I went for it. I was hoping to find something to play. I guess what even, you know. We could play Doomsayer, deny his turn, but he didn't have a turn last turn, so... And we don't have any other card draw in our hand currently. The safer play would have been to obviously Ice Block and not have to rely on... It probably was just better to Ice Block than Acolyte Ping, but it feels so bad going Ice Block Doomsayer. But I think Ice Block Doomsayer was a better play. I'm just gonna pass here, and if he can overdraw me, he can overdraw me. He spends his mana fanning or something, and we likely don't discard Alex. It's in our favor not to. So that's my hopes and dreams. And any other card doesn't really matter. If we discard a cycle card, then it's like the same thing as playing it, except we don't have to even pay for its mana cost, so it's even better. So odds are in our favor to do that, but kind of a gamble, right? So, good old degenerate gambling plays. Interesting. Conceal plays around me farming off the Acolyte, but I like Blizzard here. I don't think we necessarily need to Doomsayer this turn. I want to preserve my Acolyte draw on board. I think it's unlikely we get popped, but it's definitely possible because he does have the Leroy in his hand. It's right there. It's Shadow Stepped as well. And by popped, I mean dying. So, yeah, I'm just going to Blizzard to negate this damage. Play my Loot Hoarder, continue cycling. So with Leroy, Cold Blood, he could have 14, and then Eviscerate would be 18, and then a second Eviscerate would be 22. But I'm not going to play around a 5-card combo. Well, 4 cards, because we know he has Leroy. He needs double Cold Blood, double Eviscerate to kill us. Like, come on. Let's be reasonable, team. Meanwhile, we only have 12 damage right now. This trade seems like it's going to happen. Let's start with that. Alright, we have 18 damage. 3, 6, 9 cards in our hand. If we ping the Acolyte of Pain, we go up to 10 cards in our hand, and we would need to play 2 cards this turn, so we could go Ice Block Doomsayer to try and make sure we don't overdraw. And we can even squeeze out the Novice. The board presence of these minions don't matter. Emperor Thor's hand, not too bad to have with this hand. We have a lot of burn spells we can get discounted. Alright, so we're not overdrawing. We do potentially lose 1 draw off our Acolyte of Pain. If he pokes the Acolyte of Pain and saps us, I guess it's a little awkward for us. Sets up a nice clean Emperor. Not too shabby. Those are both Roaring Torches, so no reason to throw any of them at his face to cycle him into our deck, because they don't cycle into our deck. 18 damage discounted. If we find a Frostbolt, we have 25. So we're a Frostbolt and 2 pings away from being able to kill him. Drake and what? What do you got for me? Ah. More beautiful Leroy Payne. Prep Eviscerate, Prep Eviscerate. He's got a coin in his hand. Prep Eviscerate, Coin Eviscerate. Oh man. So we have 18, 20, 25, 26 damage and an Ice Block in our hand. These numbers make sense. So we just Ice Block, go all face, win game. Make sure we squeeze in the ping. I want to make it awkward for him to pop me again, so I think I just Blizzard this turn. My resources are going to be so inexpensive. But that doesn't leave me as Pyroblast as an out, so maybe I want to Frost Nova this turn so I can squeeze in the Fireball Roaring Torch? I can't squeeze in Fireball Roaring Torch. So, if I assume he can pop me and has Earthen Ring Force here, then I guess I just want to throw it all. And then if we get Pyroblast, we can use it. So we've set up lethal, and we've given ourselves Pyroblast is an out if he plays Earthen Ring Farseer. Was it not better just to freeze? It probably was definitely better just to freeze and protect the board. I don't know. I figured it would get removed regardless, is my train of logic there, and I feel like the train of logic maybe is a bit silly. But it did have the Shadow Strike anyway, so it was getting removed regardless, so maybe it's not silly. Maybe not so silly. I thought for sure, yeah, it just gets removed anyway. Turns out it would have, so good on me. Alright, that was close. Never found Alex, man. 8 cards remaining. No Alex, no Pyroblast to close out the game. Having one of those in my hand would have been a lot safer for this. Is this a pre-recorded stream? No, this isn't a pre-recorded stream. I'm just trying to focus on the game and not read chat very much because I casted for like 9 hours, 20 minutes today, so my brain is pretty much jello. So I'm focusing on just playing the game with my inability to think, so maybe a bit of a clown fiesta, but still try-harding my heart out, trying to be a competitor. Okay. I like keeping Thalnos for just having draw. I don't think it's too important for the burst combo in the matchup. I don't like having Forgotten Torch early. I don't want to draw Fireballs. I want to draw Alexstrasza, an Emperor, and card draw. Find my deck. So Fireball doesn't help me. So adding one to my deck isn't good. So I want to try and have Torch as late as possible. Unless I draw a bunch of Fireballs. Then adding Fireball to my deck sounds great. Because Fireballs hit that critical mass when you have enough of them where you kill your opponent. So it's always that. In this instance, I would prefer less Fireballs. But if I had 4, I would prefer more. Okay. Novice Engineer is probably better here so we can save Thalnos in case there's some interaction where it's helpful. Sick. Arcane Int, bruh. And then a bunch of defensive secrets. Not terrible since we did hit some card draw. And we have the continued card draw rolling. Could just bury your next turn. Could throw out Acolyte of Pain, since we still have Blood Mage for additional draw. 7, 8 cards we're going to be at. Could potentially get overdrawn. But it is a presence on the field. It allows us to ping, barrier, things like that. Contests roots at the threat of being overdrawn. Or we could Thalnos ping to contest roots. 8 cards in our hand. So if we play this, we're going to go down to 7 cards. And if he gives us all 3 draws, he spends 2 mana and sacrifices 2 1/1s and gives us 2 cards off our Acolyte and mills us for 1. I'm really tempted to do it, because if he mills us, it's like not great for him. Unless he hits exactly Alexstrasza, right? It's... Continue the philosophy. Power cycle through my deck. It's worked the last time. So if he overdraws me, he spends 2 mana, which is good for me. And his board gets cleared, which is also good for me. The only downside is potentially I mill Alexstrasza. But it's in my favor not to. It looks like he is not going to go for overdrawing me and instead punch me in the face. Respectable decision, sir. Alright, 3, 6, 7, 8 cards. Let's see what we find. Go up to 9 cards. I think I want to fireball that. It's not pretty. We have so much draw in our hand, though. I just want to slow him down as much as possible. And Ping Ice Barrier doesn't seem to slow him down as much as just killing off the Violet Teacher seems to. Emperor is going to hit Alexstrasza, though, so having Burn in my hand with Emperor and Alexstrasza is really strong. Wow. Did we just die? I took as defensive a lines as I could have taken. It's unfortunate for us. He's going to set us up so Druid of the Claw swipe kills us, and that's not good. Well, we have to hope he doesn't have it, right? There's no way we win just barrier blocking there. He pops us on board again. So, Maybe we can connect enough freezes to make something happen. Maybe we should have killed a 3-1 with our Acolyte. There's another way we can win is just stalling his board enough that Barrier X is a freeze. So killing one of those 3-1s seems a little bit better than not killing one of those 3-1s, but hey. Hindsight. What do you got? And hopefully he doesn't just rope me the whole turn and then swipe me in the face, because I don't like those sort of people. He is going to set us to 1. Come on, Frost Nova. We could Barrier Doomsayer Ping, assuming he has no additional damage. That would work. We're gonna go for it. Alright, he's got 3, 6, 7, 8 damage. That leaves us at 1 health. We did it. Potentially, we were just able to squeeze out a free Ice Barrier. Maybe we could do it. And this allows Frost Nova off the top to be able to set up our Ice Block, which would allow us to Alex Straza. So there's a thought process here. Oh, we are dead. Come on. He didn't have any damage last turn in his hand, so that's why I went for this route, right? Because we knew he has to top deck the damage. He top decks Raven Idol. Does it find damage? Does it? We will see. It does. It does. So he is able to kill us here. If we go block, then we have to go Frost Nova block into what? Into Emperor, I guess, or Frost Nova block into Alex. With 2 blocks, I guess maybe it's possible. Figured it was time to risk it for the biscuit, though. Buying an extra turn there would have been huge. Then we have the 2 blocks to get additional turns, because we had to cycle and find the burn in that time window while playing a block or a freeze every single turn. So that's why I just wanted to buy 1 extra freeze out of that Ice Barrier there, but was not able to do it. He's able to top deck the damage. It's greedy, but when you're pinned up against the wall like that, I guess you have to be greedy. Alright. What do we got here? The Warrior keeping 3 cards? That's not happy for us, man. That's not happy. Warrior keeps 3 cards. The percent chance of having Armorsmith's gotta be really high. Unless they're Pirate Warrior. Okay, okay. We got Ping into Roaring Torch. Kill the 2-3. When are we weaving in this Doomsayer? Right now it seems good. You can't Corkron Elite. If he attacks with the weapon, it goes to 3 only. He needs Heroic Strike or something to be able to kill it. Alternative plays include garbage. We could freeze it and then try and ping kill it next turn and play Doomsayer, but we're gonna go with Doomsayer Prey here. If it goes off, we probably win the game. Oh, he had Heroic Strike. That's unfortunate. He couldn't core panel lead it, so he needed exactly Heroic Strike. It's okay. We get a Frostbolt ping, remove his guy, gain a bunch of life. We just gotta kill all the guys. Once he's out of guys, he's out of damage. Unless he finds Arcanite Reaper upgrade. We'll be okay. We got a plan. We're gonna kill all the guys and then Alex ourselves. That's the plan. No 3-4 pirate? Cool, no 3-4 pirate. We can kill these guys. Kill these guys, kill those guys. Kill all the guys. Game plan coming together. Alright, we can't kill that guy. Alright, phase 2 of the game plan. Draw Ice Barrier. Go, go, go. Well, preemptive Doomsayer to stop things and stuff. We could just wait for the freeze effect with it, right? So we play Acolyte of Pain to trade into his guy, get a draw that way. It's a little bit slower, but we're not using the draws this turn, so it seems reasonable to get it out of the Arcane Intellect. He did find the upgrade to go with that. That's unfortunate for us. And second Heroic Strike. That's a lot of damage. Maybe he'll trade. Not in a very trading mood. Maybe we'll find some barriers. Alex tries with Emperor Thorsan. No way to freeze his face, though. So Emperor Thorsan seems a bit greedy right now. We don't have any good cards for Emperor anyway. Let's just try and draw towards our secrets. Get one draw here. Got a secret there. We would prefer to have barrier. There's barrier. Coup. So theoretically we're not dead. It's really hard for him to 21 us. You would need a very specific set of cards to deal 21 damage to our face right here. Alright. Three, 6, 7, 8. Let's see what we find here after the cycle first. I'm going to trade both in and ping most likely. What 3-card combo deals 15 damage with Heroic Strikes gone? I say there is none, right? Leroy, Arcanite Reaper, you can't even do that, it doesn't have the mana. We're safe. So I'm going to take this opportunity of safety to be able to develop Emperor Thorsan. Grom combo doesn't kill us. Grom Inner Rage isn't enough. Alright, works, hurts. Another pirate. More pirates, more problems. But it's not that big of a deal. We'll be okay. How are we setting up lethal in the coming turns? 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we can start with draw. This is our second Frostbolt, so we don't want to use it. We want to pair it with the Ice Lances. Because if we use it here, we actually give up more damage than we do just fireballing this guy. Kind of weird, right? We could Blizzard his guy as well. Give up no damage. I like that more. We could also Frost Nova his guy. Then we could develop Acolyte of Pain. I like that even more. So of the lines, that's the one I find the most appealing. And then we just play the 2-mana Ice Block. I don't think I'm going to get popped here. He's only got a Fiery War Axe out, not a Arcanite Reaper out. So I feel okay in this situation and just continue getting some Emperor discounts. Cycling. Yada yada Freeze Mage. Uh-oh. He's got Leroy with it. If he's got Leroy with it, he can pop us. But he pops us at an awkward health total, so it's okay. Doesn't look like he has Leroy. This card's been there since the mulligan. It might be a second Arcanite Reaper, so he may be setting us up to die to that. So what if we just do this? Kill all of those guys. Could be Immortal Strike too. So we should play around in both of those. So I'm just going to do that. Next turn we have 7 plus 11. We should be okay. Just ping him in the face. And he can't Mortal Strike pop us. Even if he pops us, we can Pyroblast and block him in the same turn, so we're in a great spot. Was the South Sea Deckhand? No, that's not the card. That's the other card. The card he's been holding on to is still there. See if we can draw more options here with lethal in our hand. We could Tempo Blizzard Bing this turn, just kind of drag it out a little bit. See how much Emperor value we can get. Alright, if he Eaters of Secrets me, he deserves the win, man. We'll see if he can get it. We just can't lethal him. We don't have the damage. It's really hard. Warrior gains so much armor, you know? Oh, man. We're immune. Alright, let's try and find some more options. Alright, we can Alex ourselves now, so we can stay alive. We can stay alive. This is good. We don't need Thalanos anymore. We gotta find more options. Take the value trade. I think he's catching on that I'm trying to get a 0-mana Pyroblast. Five cards left. Let's not kill ourselves in fatigue. Tempo Doomsayer. Four mana Pyroblast. That's probably good enough. How many times have you seen a 4 mana Pyroblast? This is my first time ever seeing a 4 mana Pyroblast. It's the first for me. Firebat first. This close. Top 500, we did it. We started at 600. We've climbed 100 ranks. We're crushing it today. We're crushing it today. Alright. Mage on mage action. No cycle. Gimme cycle. I have so many defensive options, I feel like it's more important to fully mulligan for cycle than not. Sometimes you like saving Doomsayer there, but if it is a freeze mage mirror, then it's awkward. So yeah, just prioritizing cycle, just in case it's freeze mage mirror. If it's tempo mage, Doomsayer doesn't do a lot anyway most of the time because they have so many ways to kill it from hand, it's pretty crazy. Alright. Coin 2 into 2 seems like a pretty efficient way to start cycling. Emperor's pretty good in the freeze mage mirror if that's what it is. He pinged on turn 2, so it's potentially that. 6, 12, 15, 18 damage in the hand. We're getting close. Pyroblast makes 28, so you know, one card away from having enough damage to burn my opponent out from hand is never too sad of a spot to be in. Novice gets to get in there for 1. That never happens. 10 more damage. Easy. Just a few more pings. Oh, he's tempo mage. Oh my god. 6, 10, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. 4 more damage. 4 more damage. So 4 pings. 4 pings, man. That's a scary board, though. We may wanna play cards. I really want to clear, but I also want to really ping him a bunch and kill him. I'm gonna be taking damage too fast, though, aren't I? It's so tempting. It's so incredibly tempting. To save all of my burn to try and kill my opponent, but I really shouldn't save all of the burn. Right? There's no way that's correct. I should really kill the Flame Waker. Maybe freeze. I could Fireball this. Cone of Cold Blizzard. Or Cone of Cold Doomsayer. It's the no balls play, but I think it's correct. That's an Argent commander. Well, this is kind of living on a prayer, hoping this goes off, but hopefully it goes off. If they has just even Fireball, he can prevent the Doomsayer from going off, unfortunately, but hopefully it works out for us. That sick Fireball into Cone of Cone Doomsayer. If it goes off, we get that Naked Emperor down there. I'm feeling good. It's going for the missiles. Dodge, dodge. Only one hit it. Hopefully that means he can't clear it. Magic. Stick forever. And Thalnos after the missiles. Interesting approach. Fireball my face. Something tells me he has more burn. Double Arcane Blasted. Second missiles. Missed out some potential missiles there. Alright. Well. I'm gonna go on the defensive here. Maybe I can squeeze out Emperor with a Frostbolt the following turn since I cleared that minion. That's my game plan. So I'm trying to set up so I can Emperor Frostbolt. So unfortunately he has a second Fireball. Ugh. Not great. Not great for us. So much damage coming out so quickly. Playing against a television. I don't mind Doomsayer early against Druid. Usually they can't deal with Frost Nova Doomsayer. They lack Keeper of the Grove now, so they need to connect like Swipe plus Wrath or some other combination of 2 removal spells to be able to take care of the Doomsayer. So it's usually pretty good for us. We can go Coin Novice into Thalnos if we want to start power cycling really fast. We could save coin for more priority things. I oftentimes like just cycling as fast as possible, but it could just be bad. 2 into 2 into 3, like, it's a curve. Saving coin, though, I'm not sure if against Druid you really need to save coin for anything in particular. Like, saving coin for Frost Nova Doom's potentially really good against some Innervate plays, or saving coin for even Fireball can be good against some Innervate things. I'm just not as, like, experienced enough with Freeze Mage to know exactly when you're supposed to save coin against Druid. I don't think it's a matchup where you need to coin Blizzard, but could be wrong, you know? We played Doomsayer here to stop his development, but I don't feel too bad him developing something. I don't have anything to do with my turn besides remove his thing anyway, because I'm out of card draw, so if I Doomsayer here and he develops nothing, then I'm passing, unless I top deck card draw, you know? Or I guess I'd be playing the barrier out. Just doesn't seem quality. Well, sets up our Frostbolt to clear. It's not good. We could ping Frostbolt this turn to set up for Cone of Cold to clear, but we want a Cone of Cold with Doomsayer on 6, not on 5. So, we could Fireball that, but that's really weak. We get Cone of Cold this turn to set up to Frostbolt and play Acolyte of Pain, limit the amount of damage. Or we could just not give a shit about the board and drop this Acolyte of Pain. And that's the play I favor the most here, I think. It's a questionable turn, though. There's definitely a lot of ways we could have taken that and use our resources differently in all of those cases, but draw 1 card, gain 3 health doesn't seem like the worst play in the world. Now we got Frost Nova Doom. There's spell power on the board, which doesn't influence too much. He still needs the 2-card combo to be able to clear it, right? He still needs to have Swipe Wrath or Living Roots Swipe, or now I guess it opens Living Root Rats to be able to clear it, so let's go for it. Hopefully he doesn't have the 2-card combo. It goes off. We win the game. Sometimes. Sometimes lucky. Man, we have had a 0% success rate against Druid with Doomsayer. They always have it. I guess they run 2 copies of each card, but still. I don't want to just Cone of Cold ping, set up a nice clean Blizzard, but it's so defensive we don't get to cycle things. So this is like one of our last free turns to be able to cycle, right? So I want to use it to cycle. So I'm thinking about just doing this and playing Acolyte of Pain. Alright, he can overdraw us, but he has to sacrifice both of these guys then, and then we feel okay about it. Take 9. Well, Cone is decreasing in value as the game continues to go on, so might as well get the value out of it now. So I'm going to Cone and Barrier, and then following turn we could potentially Blizzard and Doomsayer or play any of our 2-drop cycle cards, so opens us up to be pretty flexible. We have 15, 19, 29 damage in our hand right now. So that's something to think about. The problem is he can just Hero Power every turn to negate our lethal setup.